The fact that you have rising figures not only in Tokyo but all over Japan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go to PA, Jamie Gardiner from Press Association. Jamie, your question, please.
Here.
Jamie, I think you're on mute if you want to unmute yourself.
Okay now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, just a question to President Bach on the Football World Cup. FIFA has talked about its ambitions to host World Cups in the same summer as future Summer Olympic Games. They've talked about the 2028 World Cup, which would obviously collide with Los Angeles, and then 2032 with Brisbane. I just wanted to ask whether the IOC had been asked for a perspective on that from FIFA, and whether the IOC had ever held any conversations about increasing shortening the gap between its own Summer Olympic Games or its Olympic Winter Games.
Oh, thank you. This is an issue to be decided by FIFA and the continental associations. We are following closely and monitoring these discussions, and find them very interesting.
Thank you very much. Let's go on now to Graham Dunbar from Associated Press. Graham.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. A follow-up on the on that same subject. Presumably, the IOC, as well as some of the sponsors and the broadcasters that you share with FIFA, would say it's logistically and practically impossible to have a World Cup and a Men's World Cup and a Summer Games separated by just 2-3 weeks at the most. At the very start of the discussion, is it clear to you that if FIFA wants to go ahead with this, they just have to move to odd-numbered years?
There again, we will not interfere in this discussion. You hear so many voices every day coming there from different directions. The facts you're describing are very clear, and they have been made by different participants in the discussion. So I will not now, put their fuel to the fire of this. Let this discussion evolve. The consequences or the potential consequences of such a move they're becoming clearer day by day, thanks to this discussion there within FIFA, and in particular there also through the contributions of the continental associations of FIFA.
Thank you, Graham. Let's go back to Japan and Wakako Yuki from Yomiuri Shimbun. Wakako, your question, please.
Thank you for the opportunity. President Wakako Yuki from Yomiuri Shimbun. Can you hear me?
Yes, and see you.
Good, thank you. Two questions relating to Japan, then to Beijing Games. One is what were the learning as well as perhaps confidence that IOC had from the COVID-19 countermeasures, which was pursued in Tokyo, and how do you hope that it will be reflected into Beijing Games? Also, especially any learning regarding spectators, any expectation there? And one actually minor, point elsewhere, if I may, regarding North Korea. You did say the IOC reserve right to reconsider duration of sanction. Is there any condition that would lead to these reconsideration, and any opportunity or chance that DPRK may be participating in Beijing? Thank you.
Thank you. With regard to the first question, I think the most important thing that we learned there from the experience in Tokyo is the confidence and the proof that you can organize safe Olympic Games under the premises of a pandemic. And but that it needs great efforts of solidarity there among all the participants. This is why, for instance, we are very happy that we could there reach an agreement there with Pfizer-BioNTech again, that we can continue our vaccination program for the participants of the Olympic and the Paralympic Games, as is what the case for Tokyo, where also the Paralympic athletes and officials were included in our program. So the same will apply there for Tokyo. And that, on the other hand, it requires clear and strict regulations to which everybody adheres, and they must be based on scientific advice. And this is exactly what we will do in the next a couple of weeks. There will be, I guess, some issues which we can more or less copy-paste from the playbooks from Tokyo. But there will be other parts which will have to be adapted to the different situation in China there, and to the different approach also with regard to the pandemic. And there, this is also answering your question. With regard to spectators, there we, the IOC, will follow again the same principle as we did for Tokyo, where we had to accept and accepted the decision there by the authorities about spectators. In the case of Tokyo, no spectators in Olympic sports events. And with regard to Afghanistan, sorry?
Sorry.
DPRK. DPRK. This is not as bad as other slips of tongue. With regard to DPRK, we will have to see the further evolution, but we have, I think, addressed the question you have been asking about the participation of athletes already in the decision, because we always say that athletes should not suffer from wrong decisions of their NOCs or their officials. So there we have kept this door open. If an athlete should qualify on the field of play for the Olympic Winter Games Beijing 2022, and for the rest, that we reserve the right goes both ways. Depending on the evolution. It can be shorter, it can be longer.
Thank you, President. Thank you, Wakako. Let's go to Liam Morgan from Inside the Games now. Liam, your question to the President, please.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes, but we cannot see you.
There we go. Thank you, Mr. President, for taking the time as always. A couple of quick questions. Firstly, one for James McLeod, if I may. Is there any update on the investigation the IOC launched into Belarus during Tokyo 2020 regarding the widely publicized incident with the athlete? And for the President, I apologize if this is an oversimplification, but isn't the situation regarding Uyghur Muslims and their alleged treatment in China also a humanitarian issue? No one is doubting that you've done good work in Afghanistan, but is that also not a humanitarian issue? And that's kind of an issue the IOC has basically ignored in the build-up to Beijing 2022. Thank you.
The responsibility of the IOC is, and there are also our limitations in our influence and our possibilities, is to take care of humanitarian issues within the Olympic community. And this is what we are doing. In the case of Afghanistan, this is what we are doing for any edition of the Olympic Games, regardless where they take place, where the rules of the Olympic Charter are governing, where it's about non-discrimination, where everybody enjoys the same rights, and where we bring the athletes of the world together in a peaceful competition, sending this positive message of a peaceful competition, of non-discrimination, of everybody respecting everybody, sending this message to the world from the Olympic Games, regardless where they are taking place.
And then a question for James here on Belarus. Yeah.
Hello, Liam. Probably quite a short answer in that the investigation is ongoing from the IOC Disciplinary Commission, and we will inform you of the results of that when that conclusion has happened.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Liam. Time for two more questions. So let's now go to Tracy Holmes from ABC. Tracy, your question to the President, please.
Hi, sorry about the delay. Obviously takes a long time from Australia. My question is regarding Afghanistan, and I know that Around the Rings reported that a major humanitarian operation was just carried out in a discreet manner by the IOC to rescue a significant number of people linked to the movement. Can you give us any idea exactly how many people, given that overwhelmingly most of the Afghanistan team that competed in Tokyo didn't live in Afghanistan anyway? The IOC member from Afghanistan didn't return to Afghanistan. So how many people was the IOC involved in rescuing? And on top of that, what about those who have written to the IOC and remain in Afghanistan in quite grave danger, but have not heard back?
Oh, thank you. I will refer to James McLeod, who is running this operation there for the IOC, who can give you more details. But I want already to protect him a little bit, you know, that again, for reasons of security, we cannot give details which could lead to the identification of people, because this would obviously expose them to even more risk. But having said this, I pass the floor to James McLeod.
Thank you, President. Thank you, Tracy. Yes, as the President said at the beginning, there was the operation was based around collaboration within the Olympic community with our partners to help in any way possible through working with NOCs, international federations, NGOs, IOC members, etc. The exact number is not, I mean, we can't give you an exact number today. It is a significant number because there are athletes, there are officials, there are family members of each of those that have accompanied those people. And that's why we've not put a number to it, and I don't believe in a humanitarian crisis you should put a number to it. As we go forward, we are going to continue the work with the partners that we've established, but also there's new opportunities that we have available to maybe get athletes out of the country and with humanitarian visas. And that will be work that we'll continue doing, and as the President said, behind the scenes to make sure that we're safeguarding the people concerned.
Thank you, James. I don't know whether I overstep my authority now here, but maybe we can at least give a glimpse there of the numbers. It is about around there in this first phase. About 100 members of the Olympic community in Afghanistan, which enjoyed the benefits of these efforts.
Thank you, President. Thank you, James. Let's go for our.
I don't know whether Tracy was still on, but.
Oh, she's gone. Well, I can be in contact with her. Oh, she can hear anyway. Yeah. Okay, let's go to last question, which is from Reuters, and I have Simon Evans from Reuters to ask the last question. Simon, your question, please, to the President.
Yes. Sorry, just on the football question, just a very small clarification on that. The FIFA say that this is a consultation process they're involved in. Has the IOC been consulted as part of this process with FIFA? And secondly, you have a powerful voice as the president of the IOC, and you're dealing here with situations with Afghanistan and North Korea. Well, what are your messages? What is your message to the governments of those two countries regarding participation of athletes and their human rights?
With regard to FIFA, I think I have explained that we are following this discussion, and we trust that FIFA and the continental associations will come to the right decision. There I have nothing to add. With regard to participation in Olympic Games, it's the same for any Olympic Games, regardless where they are taking place. The athletes, and this is what the Olympic Games are first and all about, they represent the values of the Olympic movement by their participation in the Games. They show to the world how it could look like if everybody would respect the same rules, if everybody would live together peacefully without any kind of discrimination. And by participating in the Olympic Games, they are making a statement in favor of these values, and they are not making political statements or whatsoever. They are participating in Olympic Games, which are governed by the rules of the Olympic Charter.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Simon. Thank you to everyone on the line. I think we had 60 people on the call or more today, so thank you very much, and I look forward to hosting you again shortly. President, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, and have a good day or a good evening.